Harry Kane was the star man.
Yeah.
Now he's gone. I'm not talking about position or anything with the way they play. I'm talking about Harry Kane was the lead guy. Okay. Is Maddison the new Harry Kane in terms of taking lead at Tottenham?
Welcome to episode 4 of the Onside Offside podcast, hosted by myself, Maestro Mal, Elite and Mark's World. Thank you very much for tuning in, subscribing, liking, dropping comments and giving back feedback. Each week we just try and improve so that, we give a very insightful and exciting show. On the show this week, we're going to be recapping last week's Premier League action, where there were loads of goals, VAR incidents and a number of talking points. We're going to discuss the Player of the Month because we're now into September, so we're going to talk about August Player of the Month, August Manager of the Month, and this year's 2023 Ballon d'Or Awards, which is, when the shortlist came out earlier.
That caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's no Premier League action this week, so it's England are playing the Euro 2024 qualifier against Ukraine and the friendly against Scotland. So together we're going to put together our England 11, our best starting 11 for both games. We'll just go for one team, but for both games. So hopefully you like the show. Remember to like, comment and subscribe and stay tuned.
So game week 4 was a big one.
What interesting results was there? What results caught your eye this week?
Come on, there's only one real result to talk about. Well, we won't just discuss that, but there was one big result. Well, I guess we'll save that to last.
I don't know, I think there was a couple of big results. Maybe not the obvious, but I guess Nottingham Forest beating Chelsea was a big result.
Very big result for Nottingham Forest. Big Nottingham Forest, and that is the beauty of football as well, guys. Because I feel like you see sometimes it's nice to see an underdog get the win. Yeah. I think that's good, and it shows the competitiveness within the game. Alango is a great signing. He come from a team, a top team. Got game time now and then. I know he didn't play all the time, but I think signing him, he's got pace. Comes from training with better players. Definitely going to improve the squad.
Did you see the trickery?
Yeah.
There was a time where he didn't score. He got a shot off from it, but he dragged 2 players in the corner.
Exactly.
Rolled the ball back past them. Shouldn't have squared it.
Yeah.
But licked his shot.
But he's creating chances.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And that's why they got the win. So big up Nottingham Forest. And also I like the way the underdog beat somebody that people probably would have predicted.
Supposedly being a team.
Yeah.
No shade to Chelsea or anything, but obviously Chelsea must. No, I mean Chelsea are just seen as a bigger team.
But you have to put them on blast because Chelsea should be winning those games.
They should be.
But being in the Premier League, everyone can beat. Well, we're not going to beat Luton in that. Everyone can beat everyone, but 19 out of the 20 teams can win most of their games.
Precisely, and the thing is, we know for a fact that Nottingham Forest are no pushovers. They gave Man City a hard game. They gave Arsenal a hard game.
Manchester United, they went 2-0 up.
Sorry, I mean they gave Man United a hard game. So Nottingham Forest, then they're not gonna be pushovers this season. So, and I think they've shown that already. So, but as for Chelsea, it's gonna be like Jekyll and Hyde. 1 week they're good, 1 week they're not. Another team that reminds me of is Aston Villa. Aston Villa, they've been up and down.
Well, they won 2, lost 2 maybe.
That is literally the epitome of up and down.
Yeah, but I feel like the last result was against Liverpool, but before that, the 5-1 against Newcastle. Then they came back in the next 2 games and done well in the cup game, even though we don't really include that. I think against Liverpool's just back up and running, not in 5th gear, but they're clicking through the gears. Liverpool, and they caught Aston Villa. They caught Aston Villa cold. I think Aston Villa, man. I know Liverpool won 3-0, but they'll come better.
I think so. I think eventually they will get it right, but at the moment they look very up and down.
Just want to point out, remember from the first episode, I predicted Liverpool to win the league. A lot of people probably think I'm crazy, but just letting you know they haven't lost yet.
I feel like any team in the Premier League or on any given day could beat any team.
Yeah, that's true.
Even Luton. Based on last week, you tell me Luton were getting plus 30 losses.
No, but listen,
so how many wins are they going to get then?
I just want to say as well, we're always dissing Luton.
Who's we?
You as well. You what you think? Luton, how many wins do you think they'll get this season?
Maybe 3.
3. They could though. That's what I'm defending. I'm saying I diss Luton. Yeah, big up Luton though. Yeah, I diss Luton, but I will say, I believe they're gonna get wins because someone's gonna go there assuming they're gonna win and fall off their game.
I'll tell you what, yeah. I'll be honest with you. I'm not dissing Luton. I'm just calling it as I see it. But the game that they played against West Ham.
No, but it is a diss though because you said that.
No, but let me
lose 30 plus this one, yeah? 30 plus games.
The game against West Ham, they actually played alright.
Okay.
And I saw something different in them where I thought to myself, you know what? If they have a little bit more belief, they could get a few more points in this league. Yeah. I still think they're going to lose 30 plus games, but I think they might win 2 or 3. But they just look out.
It's tough. It's a tough league. It's a tough league, man. Any other fixtures?
Yeah, Burnley, Tottenham.
We'll get to the result that you want to talk about because I know there's a result.
No, but I was giving you the answer there. Burnley, Tottenham.
Burnley, Tottenham.
Yeah, because the Maddison show. We've said for a number of weeks now that Maddison seems to be pulling the strings wonderfully for Tottenham there. Son got a hat-trick. Yeah, they played brilliant, Tottenham did. As much as Burnley scored 2, they was the 2 just consolation goals.
Staying on the topic of that game, could Maddison be the signing of the summer?
He could.
Potentially.
Yeah? No, but I'm talking about how he's playing now. Like, he's proved his worth at the moment. I know it's early, so I'm not getting carried away, but I'm saying he's been a good buy, right?
At the moment, you couldn't say there's another signing that's doing better than him. Like new signing.
Especially for the price.
That was a marvellous signing by Tottenham. So yes, well done to them, man. Well done to Maddison as well. It's not easy to go to a new club and hit the ground running like that. That was a good.
But Tottenham, they're playing good football. Their first team are playing good football. They smashed Burnley. Burnley playing very open. Burnley got the first goal, and you think maybe after getting the first goal they might sit back and defend and play a bit tight. But the goal they conceded ended up being like 2 against 2. Son and I can't remember the other guy, but Son and my man played a little 1-2, got the ball back and scored, and that was the end of it. Well, that was the start of Tottenham just coming back.
Is Maddison the new Harry Kane at Tottenham?
No. Not Harry Kane.
No, but I mean, like, Harry Kane was the star man.
Yeah.
Now he's gone. I'm not talking about position or anything with the way they play. I'm talking about Harry Kane was the lead guy. Okay. Is Maddison the new Harry Kane in terms of taking lead at Tottenham? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's the highlight.
So you overshine Son now. So like Son's not that.
That's why I didn't want to say like the main player.
But your opinion, like
no, I don't think he overshines Son. I just think he shines, and then Son is going to reap the benefits.
Okay. I think somebody who's got potential to be that for Tottenham though is Bissouma. He's got potential to be
He didn't play before though. He didn't play before. Who was the manager before?
Who? Bissouma?
No. Who was the manager before?
Conte.
Conte. Yeah. But Conte didn't play him regular.
Yeah, and he's a good player. And when he left Brighton, I was actually hoping that Arsenal would have signed him.
He's strong.
And I think last season he almost got forgotten about, but this season he's reminding people of his qualities and his ability. He's so good in that midfield. So I'm just really like impressed with how he started the season, and I think he could like drag Tottenham through. And there's like because they're kind of rebuilding, and I think he can bridge that gap between it being like a hard rebuild or a good rebuild. Are you concerned for Burnley?
Do I think Burnley are going down? I didn't think they were going down at the start of the season. I thought his teams would be a lot more compact. I thought from what I saw in the Championship, but then how many teams do we see fly in the Championship, and then once they come to the Premier League, they falter. Not everyone moves like Brentford.
But I feel like they brought in a lot of names.
Yeah, they did. Not as much as Forest did last season though.
And Forest brought in a whole squad. Quite a few.
Yeah.
But it's still early though, because I feel like you see sometimes like someone like Burnley, they got a good manager. I think that potentially Company could be a Premier League manager that's successful. Yeah. But I feel like they need time. They need to take some losses to understand what they need to put right. Do you get what I'm saying? With Luton,
they might disagree. Yeah.
With Luton though, I think they can take losses, but they can't pull it around. Like Burnley might be able to nick some points later on in the season. That's what I mean.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. Like Luton, we don't need to go there again.
Yeah, apologies Luton for bringing you up again.
But yeah, everyone's gonna think that we've got an agenda.
Big up Luton though. Big up Luton.
Far from.
They've done well, but honestly, it's just a hard league. Crystal Palace beating Wolves at home 3-2. Palace at home at Selhurst Park, winning 3-2 against Wolves. Eze is one of my standout players.
Quality, man.
To look out for this season. He's been showing a lot of promise over the last couple of seasons, and I think this year he's going to show people exactly what he's
Chelsea
about.
did go in for a bid for him, and there's valid reason to go in, even though they're buying up the whole shop.
No, Chelsea went in for Elise.
Yeah, they were in for
Eze.
Oh, Eze, yeah.
But big Eze up for getting in the England squad though. Big you up, bro. And this is why what you're saying is right. He deserves his flowers, and that's why he got an England call up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't get into the England squad for playing crap. And I think it's massive as well that Elise didn't go Chelsea and show commitment to Crystal Palace, because they can build their team around the two young attacking players.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a few players.
I know you just shouted out Eze, and I spoke about Maddison. Do they both play in the same position in your view? And if so, who might get the start in the England team? But we'll save that question for when we get to the England team, but just bear that one in mind. Eze or Maddison.
But everyone at home, you guys leave comments and let us know what you guys think. Who should start, Maddison or Eze?
Alright, so what team do you support then, Mark Swart?
Well, Arsenal.
And what was their result on the weekend?
They had a very good game.
I can't even hear you. What was their result on the weekend?
I think they won 3-1 against United.
3-1, convincing.
Can I just say, as a mutual guys here, see how eager these two are to actually talk about
If we were eager, that would have been the first result we spoke about.
You lot definitely want to talk about this result, because you didn't beat a team that's in the bottom three. You beat a team around you.
They're not in the top three. They're 11th.
They're not in the top three now.
They're not near us either.
Because you won, but I'm saying they're a team that's going to be challenging. And I know you
challenging
guys
for the Carabao Cup again.
You know what it is, Ali?
Go on.
Arsenal and Man United have got the most toxic rivalry in the Premier League.
I hear that.
So it doesn't matter where
It stems back from the Vieira Keane.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where the two teams are. The rivalry is still hot. It doesn't matter to us. It's almost, I would almost go as far as to say it's more for rivalry than us versus Tottenham. Because Tottenham, they don't really show a sign of winning anything. You know what I'm saying? But
shots fired.
But Man United, over the years, they've been like a very consistent team, and they've won a lot of trophies.
Okay, guys, I don't want to put you lot on blast here, but how comes you lot got bare energy this week, but you didn't have that energy last week?
What? Bro,
that's your view. I disagree, but that's your
the
opinion.
energy,
I don't know, but the energy wasn't like that, like this last week.
On a real, after a good result like that.
Nah, it was a good result.
Yeah,
3-1
to win in that manner after Man United taking the lead late on through Garnacho, and then it getting ruled out for offside, and then us going up the other end late into injury time.
Yeah.
Declan Rice getting the winner part 1, and then Jesus getting the winner part 2. It's a nice feeling.
Arsenal look very organised. Last season we had a good season, but I think the players he's brought in now, like Rice, he just steadies things a bit more. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you're very organised at the moment, and to get the win is a big confidence boost.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, for oncoming games.
Brighton beat Newcastle.
Yeah, that one. I was surprised. I went for 3-3 in that game because I thought Isak, Wilson, and a couple of other Newcastle players would perform a lot better. I didn't think I thought the defence would concede 3. Ferguson, what a talent.
Oh my gosh.
Arguably the next £100 million player for Brighton, because he's 18 years old.
That's crazy.
Strikes the ball powerfully and accurately from 25, 30 yards out, 6 yards out.
Yeah.
Got strength, bullish. Yeah, he looks like a threat. He looks like a promising talent.
Is he the next like Wayne Rooney?
Oh, that's a good comparison.
No, because the reason why I say it, because when he was like 16, he come on the scene. He had some good games, scored some good goals, and like I don't think we've seen nothing since.
Hey, you know when Rooney was 18, he's scoring Champions League hat tricks.
Yeah, no, he was taking them.
Yeah,
but
Champions League hat tricks.
But we saw parts of that with Ferguson on the weekend.
Yeah, we saw him score a hat trick against Newcastle, but Wazza, different.
Yeah, no, but it's good.
It's a good comparison.
It's great, and I think big up Ferguson, because you're young, and I hope this gives him the confidence to go on and get a few more hat tricks. You know what I mean? Big you up, bro.
I think sometimes you see a player like Ferguson coming through, and there's just no doubt in your mind that they're going to hit the top. You know.
One more question: are Brighton in trouble in the next window based on?
No. They
don't think one of the big giants will.
They handle themselves. Like if someone does come in for Ferguson and they let him go,
money.
They've got 2 or 3 replicas coming through, man. Like in the lab waiting.
And it's not even only that. Like when Arsenal tried to get Caicedo in January, Brighton don't say yes for the sake of saying yes.
Yeah.
They said no to Arsenal 75. 6 months later, they got 115, 110.
Yeah,
so they're cool, man.
Do you remember me saying a couple of weeks ago, Caicedo is not that guy. Mark my words on it. Mark my words on it, yeah? He is not that guy. I've seen him play and he like certain times he can look good, but for the majority of time, he's gonna let Chelsea down and they're all gonna come crying. Tears. I'll drink their tears.
I disagree. He's a brilliant footballer, he's a very good footballer, and he will come good in due time. He may even have to leave Chelsea to really come good. Or he could just come good there, but nah, man, he's a baller, man. Trust me. Arsenal wouldn't push so hard for someone that's not that good.
I mean, he's got potential. Don't get me wrong, he's got potential, but I don't think he's there. And I'm not sure he's going to get to that potential.
He's not even with whatever it is. He's not gelling. Whatever's happening at Chelsea isn't working
right now.
Right now. Whether it's the player or the squad, whatever, it's not happening. Something needs to be addressed. You know what I mean? That's it. Period.
I don't mind Chelsea faltering still, so I don't need them to address. Unless you want them getting better, I'm good.
Listen, I'm a mutual, but I'm just saying that is big up Chelsea though, regardless.
On the topic of like new signings coming in and just how they've done at their new clubs, before we stray too far from the Arsenal Man United game,
and we finished with that.
Haaland came on, and I have to say he looks like a good player.
Yeah.
And I've got to actually admit that he came on and the game started to change.
Yeah.
So I think look out for him in the next few months.
He's different to the strikers that Manchester United have.
Who? Martial
and Rashford.
He's literally a cone. He's a cone.
But what it is, he came on for 20 minutes. He has to run about and put his body about.
No.
People, no, I'm not thinking you. But others were going on like, yeah, he had such a great performance. He really put his body about. He done this, he done that. Gabriel, that's what Gabriel wanted. Gabriel and Saliba, they wanted someone like that to come on the pitch and just liven up the game. I know Rashford scored, but he weren't really pressing them. So my man had to come on and change up the game, and that's his job, man.
Do you know another fact? Me and Martial have got the same amount of goals in the Premier League. None. He is God. He is God. I've got as many goals as him. None.
Do you know what? It's worrying watching him. I'm looking at somebody on the pitch.
But he don't care. He's on bread.
But I forget he's on the pitch.
Yeah.
He's so anonymous from the game. It's like, what is going on with this guy for real? How does he even start?
He don't even mind me saying that on camera because he's going home to his mansion and just being like, look, listen, I've just trained today. I say, I'm calm. I'm cool.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
I feel like if Man United had another option, you know what? Forget that. They're probably better off playing Maguire up front than Martial. And I'm not joking. I'm not capping. I swear to you.
It sounds like we're just digging Man United.
No, we're not
we might
digging.
Carry on. This morning they signed Phil Jones.
Pardon? Say that again?
This morning I said it wrong. Didn't I? This morning they re-signed Phil Jones.
No way. I didn't even know that, bro.
How?
So wait. Hold on.
They let go of Fred, 10 mil.
And they
Fred covered every
Phil
bit
Jones.
of grass and re-signed Phil Jones.
So you're telling me in a second team we could see Johnny Evans and Phil Jones at centre back? That's crazy, bro.
Is that scarier than seeing Maguire?
They couldn't even get into the Luton team. Them two. I don't know.
Hold on.
So we got some info. What's that?
He's doing coaching as well.
Oh, he's coaching. Youngsters, I'm assuming.
Play what? Play PS4?
Very sad.
That's going to be an interesting one. But do you know what? Each to their own.
Now, quickly, we're staying on this topic. Phil Jones is taking the mick. Phil Jones is taking the mick, bro. I don't care. You're taking the mick, bro. You've played as many minutes as I've played in the Premier League in the last 8 seasons for Man United. None.
Listen.
You get me?
Listen. Phil Jones, I don't want to keep going for Man United.
Has he even put on the kit? Ever in the last decade,
it's
bro.
Not even that. Like, he is literally one of the worst players I've seen him play.
He's meant to live in, bro.
Honestly, I don't really see why Man United would do that. But
So this month's Player of the Month and also Manager of the Month nominees have been released. The Player of the Month we have a week. How do you pronounce his name? Awoniyi from Forest, Bowden from West Ham, Maddison from Tottenham, and Bremo from Brentford, Mitoma from Brighton, and also Rodri, Dan's Elite's favourite. So which of those 6 would you choose as your Player of the Month, Elite?
I think Maddison's had a great month. However, I'm going to go with Mitoma, is it?
Okay, Brighton's Mitoma.
Yeah, I think he's been somebody that's come to the Premier League and come out of nowhere and made big impact. You know, had a great season last season. Coming to this season, he's already scored 2 goals. I think 2 goals this season. Very creative, and on top of that, Brighton are winning games. You know what I mean? And he's been starting and making things happen. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Mitoma.
What about you, Mark? Who are you going for the?
I can't look past Maddison. If I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
With that Arsenal shirt on.
Yeah, with the Arsenal shirt on. I feel like Maddison.
I know that pains you, innit?
It does pain me.
It doesn't sound like it.
No, because I feel like they got a. He's disgusted. He's disgusted.
You got a Tottenham shirt underneath or something.
I honestly feel like what disgusts me about this is that Tottenham have just got a bargain. Maddison is one of those players that a few teams were probably looking at him, sniffing around and thinking, yeah, I'm not sure. But he's a good football player and he's proven that at Tottenham. So
he's definitely a good footballer.
He's my choice, and plus I think he's going to win it.
Going to win what?
Player of the Month, yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Who's yours?
What about you, Mike?
Oh, Mbeumo,
yeah.
Yeah, Brentford's Mbeumo. You know, he's just filled in, not that he's covering for Tony, because when Tony was there, Mbeumo was doing this thing last year.
Yeah.
But he's just making it seem like, you know, just seamless that Tony's not there. He's converting penalties, he's scoring last minute equalisers, he's still missing the odd chance here or there, but he's been in that space to make the chance. And the fact that Brentford's they haven't lost this season.
No.
And that's down to, you know, the defence and also him scoring 4 goals and assisting on a couple. So
it's a strong start.
I would like Mbeumo to get it.
He scored 4 goals.
He scored 4.
That's impressive.
So well done to Maddison, but you know, Maddison has got a lot more, no disrespect to Brentford, but Maddison's got a few other components around him that are arguably, they're not better than none. You know what? Mbeumo's got the better players around him, so well done to him.
I think Mbeumo's had a very good month.
Yeah, Brentford players are cold.
And I think the reason I didn't go for Mbeumo is purely because I see Brentford as such a good team unit. It's hard for me to look at an individual in their team, if that makes sense.
I hear that, but individually he has stood out for them.
He has definitely stood out. But I feel like Brentford as a team, they're so well drilled. It's so good. It's so good. But Tottenham, to me, they've got a lot of work to do, and someone like Maddison can stand out and look.
Alright, so who was on the shortlist for Manager of the Month then? So we've come to the conclusion for our player. Who was on the shortlist for Manager of the Month?
You had Arteta, Klopp, which that was a surprise. Postecoglou, Pep Guardiola,
Moyes.
And there was Moyes was in there. There was another one.
There must have been one more.
There's one more.
We'll double check.
We've forgotten in
I think it might be the Brighton manager, but we'll double check.
Well, at least we've all agreed that whoever that person is, we're not going to be choosing him as manager of the month.
Okay, so from the previous 5, who would you choose as your manager of the month?
I am going to go with people. I'm going to stay true to my word. I said Liverpool win the league at the start of the season. As you know, unbeaten. So I'm going to go with Klopp and support what I stood by from the first episode.
Okay, Scarface.
I don't know if I asked for manager of the season or manager of the month.
Manager of the season or manager of the month, he hasn't lost. So this month, he's not lost. I'm going to go Klopp.
Okay, no, you can go.
Okay, that's fine. That's your choice.
Is that right, both Arsenal fans? Is that right? Or do you want me to pick Arsene Wenger just because
Arsene Wenger?
Not Arsene Wenger. So I knew that. I could pick him if you lot want because you're Arsenal anyway. Or I could pick Arteta.
When a man's throwing shade, you know that you just have to let him run with it.
I feel a bit uneasy, man. 2 Arsenal fans each side giving me some.
Do you know what? I'm going with Pep Guardiola.
For manager of the month.
But you know what? Though I don't know how you feel, Maestro. Yeah, I feel like that's just an easy one.
No, we'll let him give his reason.
Let me give my reason.
No, let him do it then.
They apart from there was one game, I think it was against was it Forest, where they just about won against Fulham. Was it against Fulham?
Yeah.
They've hardly been troubled.
It's just been Fulham.
Yeah, it's been
2-1 at Sheffield United.
Sheffield United, that's what it was. It's just been business as usual. They're just a machine.
The reason what I was just about to say here is that obviously you're entitled to your opinion on what you think, but I just feel like you see City's the go-to team that everyone feels will dominate, so it's likely Pep's gonna be the...
Yeah, but it's not. It's for me like they've won all their games. They've done what they've had to do. They've got a +5 goal difference. You can't ask for any more.
Well, that's your argument then. Cool.
They're only unbeaten. They're the only team with a 100%.
No, that's cool. My point is like if I managed Man City, would I get manager of the month?
Would you get 4 wins?
Is it hard to? Not,
of course it is.
So what? It's hard to get 4 wins.
It's hard to pick a Man City team. It's hard to pick a Man City 11.
Bro, so you think if I was manager of Man City and I had his squad, I don't think it's hard to lose.
I mean, to become the manager of Man City, you'd have to be a good manager in the first place.
Obviously, but I'm saying my whole point in what I'm saying is that whoever's manager of Man City, you're likely to get manager of the month.
I disagree though, because Chelsea have got wonderful players there and their managers not get manager of the month.
But it's different. Man City squad's the same squad. Chelsea squad is a whole...
Yeah, but your argument's right though. Pep's been the manager there for ages, so he's been drilling his team. So it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like overnight it happens.
No, that's cool. I'm just saying the squad now, if I inherited that squad, it's not hard not to get manager.
Okay. I've got one question for you.
Go on.
Would Rodri be in your starting lineup?
No.
Okay, that's why you're not the manager then.
But so Rodri will be in your starting lineup?
He's in Pep's starting lineup.
But I'm saying he wouldn't be a man. He wouldn't be a man. But that's a matter of...
Yeah, careful, you know, because you got the Ghana brothers.
But Rodri's not a bad player. I don't have...
No, because Dan can do it better than anyone, remember, if you just put him in that position.
No, I'm not saying that though. I think you're missing the point of what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm better than them. I'm just saying...
You keep referring... You said,
I'm trying to explain. See, his squad, yeah? You have Haaland, bro. The guy is going to win the league for you, possibly. Obviously, if not everyone does perform, then possibly not. But I'm saying with him and everyone performing behind him, you have a very good chance. You're not going to be at the top 3, never.
You can't say never.
Do you think? Obviously, you can't rule nothing out. But do you think Man City's finishing outside the top 3 this season?
I want them to. I don't know. It's only 3 games, man.
Do I think so? Finish it outside the top 3?
Yes or no answer.
I don't think they finish outside the top 3, but you can't. But never don't. No, I don't think.
But that's my point. I don't think they will either.
You said never, and now I'm saying this season I don't think they will. In 2 seasons they might, because they might not have all the same players.
They'll just buy players again, bro, and just do the thing. But we move on. You get what I'm saying?
Interesting. It's interesting because I feel like there's arguments there for both.
Yeah, listen, we don't know, innit? Like, football's football. You can win some, you can lose some.
Yeah.
It's a matter of opinions, isn't it?
So you went with...
I said, I don't know.
For manager of the month.
Manager of the month, Klopp.
Mal?
David Moyes.
David Moyes.
And you and Pop.
And why is that?
David Moyes, no one expects West Ham to perform as well as they have. West Ham have beaten Chelsea and West Ham have beaten Brighton. I know Chelsea are a team rebuilding, but I'm sure it was expected. Well, not expected. Chelsea were probably the favourites for that game. West Ham went there with a plan, dismantled them. Brighton were the favourites to beat West Ham. West Ham went and destroyed them as well. They played 3 games. I should know the other West Ham result, but off the top of my head, I can't quite. Oh, they won 2-1. No. So they played 4 games then. So they played 4 games because they won 2-1 against Luton.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna give a shout to David Moyes. I think David Moyes definitely deserves it because no one would expect West Ham to have been so solid.
The irony is, they have done well,
and without Rice as well.
and Jared Bowen is not the only player that's done well for them.
Nah,
I mean, and he got a nomination for Player of the Month.
Antonio's been flying.
Antonio's been
Zuma.
amazing. Paqueta.
Yeah,
been amazing.
there you go. So shout out West Ham, man.
So you could have quite easily had that 2 or 3 West Ham players nominated for Player of the Month.
I think Moyes has definitely gone under the radar, and I would like for him to win that award this month.
They signed some good players as well this season. They got that Alvarez from Ajax.
He looks really good.
And they also got Kudos from Ajax. He was making a bit of noise before he comes. So them two are big signings, man, like with big potential as well. So hopefully if they gel right.
So these two have gone for the usual everyday managers, Klopp and Pep. I'm going for a big man like Moisey. Earlier on today, I heard 2023's Ballon d'Or Player of the Year nominees.
Yep.
There was a long short list of 30. There were about 11 Premier League players on there.
I like that long short list.
Yeah, there was quite a number of Man City players as per. What we're going to do, we're going to run through some of the names because there are 30. There was one noticeable absentee.
Well,
big absentee. First time in 20 years he hasn't been on there. Ronaldo. Not that he deserves to be on there this season.
He doesn't.
But one of the big favourites is Messi. Messi. Some of the other players that are on the list. Want to run through some of the players, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, we got Haaland, as you said, Messi, Mbappe. We got De Bruyne in there.
Martinez. Diaz. Barella for Inter Milan. Odegaard for Arsenal. Gundogan for Barcelona.
Saka, I think, was in there.
Vinicius Junior. Lewandowski. Griezmann. Martinez for Inter Milan. And Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, you know what? Before we keep moving on, there's another absentee that people aren't really talking about. Alvarez for Man City. Won the treble with City and won the World Cup with Argentina. Should he not be in the running for that? And he actually had an impact in his teams.
Yeah, you're right. That's a valid answer because compared to some of the other names on there, who would I take off instead of him? Modric might have had a quieter season than usual, but he's still one of the best 30 players in the world.
Yeah.
I think it's a new era. I think like big up Ronaldo, Messi, Modric, big them guys up, and they're still very good footballers now. I just think it's a new time now. I think like this is the end of days of their period.
Yeah. Well, Ronaldo kind of said that earlier on today, yesterday. He said the rivalry between himself and Messi is gone. It's finished.
I agree.
But I thought like Ronaldo submitted that like Messi was still. You know what I mean?
So who would we say it's out of now? Who's the rivalry right now?
I think Haaland is up there.
With who?
Mbappe. Yeah.
Anyone else in there in the mix?
Yeah, but for me, Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham for me is the best player in the world, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Good shout. And he's been scoring a lot.
Yeah. So let's go for our top 3. Who would be your top 3 from the list of names that we've seen or that I've read through? Who would be your top 3? 3 to 1, and we're going to go with you, Elite.
3 to 1.
Yeah.
So 3.
Third.
I would say Salah. Salah still like 31, scoring goals still at a high level, still in a winning team.
Did he win something for his club last season?
No, he didn't. But
he's still top 3 in the world for you. That's cool. It's your argument.
Yeah, because he's consistently scored. Like he's consistent. Liverpool didn't win nothing, but he got goals last season. For his personal achievement, who can test him in terms of goals? Like there's not everybody scoring every season like he is. So I have to give it, and especially at his age, man, he's kept himself in good condition.
Okay, so who's second for you then?
Yeah, that's Salah. Next, I will pick Saka.
Okay.
I think Saka's he was always good when he come on the scene, but I think he's improved into a complete player. And I think he's scoring a lot more now. He's, you know what I mean, he's a lead player in the Arsenal team, so pick up Saka, put him second, and in first place, Haaland, man. He makes the Premier League, such a difficult league, look so easy. Do you know what I mean? He's scoring ridiculous goals. He's a monster. You know what I mean? So
it's fair shot.
Yeah, it's a fair shot.
Mark's World. Who's your top 3 players in the world for 2023?
In third place, I've gone with Mbappe.
Kylian.
Yeah, he's done what he does. You kind of. I think Eminem said it in one of his songs. You're not even impressed no more. You're used to it. It's just what he does. but he still catches your eye, and he's still a really top player, and I still think he's got room for improvement. He got to the World Cup final,
Scored a hat-trick.
had an amazing World Cup final. Let's not forget that, and he was unlucky not to actually win a World Cup.
Another World Cup.
Another World Cup.
Yeah.
How old is he?
Yeah, 24. Short 25, then he's got one already.
It's madness. Second place, I got Messi.
You know.
So you spoke about the rivalry with him and Cristiano. I think what he's achieved this year, aside from what he done with his club team, winning the World Cup and just the whole story of it, you can call me a romance. What is it? A romantic, a romantic, whatever it is. I just feel that it's a good story, man. Messi getting the World Cup winners medal around his neck and winning the Ballon Dior.
So because he won the World Cup, you're giving him the world
That's
best
why
player in the world.
That's why he gets into my top.
Have
three.
you seen? Was he top?
three.
Was he?
No,
Oh,
that's
he was.
number two. That's number two.
Oh, thank you.
So if he was to win it, I wouldn't be surprised. But number one, I've gone for Haaland. A little bit like what Alita said. He's made a hard league look easy. Like nothing. He just came over and I've seen plenty of men try, but he's just something else. He really is.
My Ballon d'Or top three. In third place, I've gone for Saka. I love the progress that Saka's shown over the past few years. You know, every year for Arsenal, he just keeps improving, as well as for England in his goal numbers and his assist numbers and the number of games that he plays per season. So he plays at least 60 to 65 games every season, gets kicked, gets up, scores and creates goals. So he's a leader for both club and country. So I've chosen Saka as my third best player in the world. In second place, I've gone for Jude Bellingham. Jude's amazing, soon to be one of the best players in the world in my view. He done brilliant in the Bundesliga. Last season he got Player of the Year in the Bundesliga. He's gone to Madrid this season wearing the number 5 shirt and just effortlessly filling in Zidane's boots, or just en route to possibly doing as well as Zizou.
I feel that as well. He's incorporated more goals in his game.
He scored 5 goals in 4 starts.
Crazy.
So that's brilliant. So hopefully Jude can continue that. And as great as Messi is, and I know Messi won the World Cup, and in my view, Messi's won a number of Ballon d'Ors when he probably shouldn't have won it. Maybe like 2 or 3, when other players could easily have gotten it, won the award. So in first spot, I'm going for Haaland. As much as it hurt me last season, Haaland scoring all those goals and causing Arsenal to not win the Premier League. The guy's come to England, as the others have said, made a tremendously hard league look quite simple for him. And he won 3 trophies, and he won a number of individual awards. And Norway weren't at the World Cup. I'm not saying if Norway were at the World Cup they would have progressed, but they got men like Odegaard and Haaland, so they would have, not sure what their defense is saying, or the goalkeeper, but they would have scored a few goals, or at least challenged a few teams. So for me, Saka, Jude Bellingham and Haaland, and Messi's just an all-round great player overall, so he doesn't need that this year.
Okay.
So the trio of awards, so all of us have gone for Haaland. Shout out Haaland.
I think I'll be surprised if he doesn't win it.
I think Messi's going to win it. I'm giving you the view of my top 3, but I think Messi's going to win it.
Oh, so that wasn't in order.
I said third Saka, second Bellingham.
That's his opinion.
First Haaland. But I think that the world governing bodies or whatever body is going to give it to Messi.
Okay. Guys, let us know who you guys think will win it. Leave comments, let us know which player you guys will think will win it.
So this week, England, Euro 2024 qualifier against Ukraine, followed by an anniversary game, 150 years, against Scotland. What we're going to do, the Onside Offside podcast, we're going to name our England starting 11 and see if we disagree. We doubt very much it's going to align with Southgate's, because Southgate being Southgate chooses his favourites. But we've decided to choose the players that we feel deserve their positions. And we'll see. So this one team is the team that we ideally select for both games if all players were fit.
So are we going to suggest players and then we argue who actually wins the place for that? Are we going to have like a combined England 11 from the Onside Offside podcast?
Yeah, I guess so. We can say our teams and then then debate who should stay in.
In goal, who you got?
Oh, Ramsdale.
Ramsdale.
That was easy for me.
I went for Pickford.
You went for Pickford?
Yeah.
Can I ask why?
You chose a Tottenham player of the month.
Bro,
now you've chosen Everton as...
I think Pickford has done well for England, and just based on the fact that like Everton are such a bad team, he's having to save them all the time, and
but he's not saving them. They're losing games.
He made a mad triple save on the weekend.
Yeah, he's
crazy. Bro, if a man has 80 shots against me, and I save 57, but let in bare, it's irrelevant.
23. When you let in 23, it doesn't mean that your team might score 55.
He's a good goalkeeper.
If you lose, it doesn't matter if you save 100 shots, bro. You lost. You let in goals. You conceded. It don't matter.
Don't get me wrong. Like look, it could have been Ramsdale from my.
But yeah, it's your
but I think
right.
Pickford is a good goalkeeper, and I see no reason. If that's my squad, I see no reason why to change that position.
Well, guys, let us know again. Do you guys agree? Would you guys go for Ramsdale or Pickford?
He's looking at me in shock.
No, not even that. Well, it's 2 to 1. So
basically, Ramsdale's the number one for our team for the Onside Offside. Yeah,
that's that sorted.
Cool.
Right back,
Trippier.
Walker.
It's fine. Go for Walker.
Well, when a person's out road, we just want to know their opinion. What made you go with Trippier?
Oh, I like Kyle Walker. I really do like Kyle Walker, but Trippier, for me, I know Kyle Walker's probably the faster of the two. You know, he's always keeping up with Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, all of them, man. Against Ukraine, unless my man from Chelsea is going to put on the afterburners, I think Trippier can deal with him. Kyle Walker's solid. He's a guy that I prefer centre back in this squad. So at right back, I've gone for Trippier.
What, when you say in centre back, you mean as a 3?
Nah, I've gone for a 4.
No, I mean if you had Walker and you said you prefer Walker as a centre back.
I'll play Walker as a centre back in a 4 and a 3.
Really?
Yeah, I would. Others might not, but I would.
Before we progress, what formation are you going with first?
My thing's different. I've gone one keeper, then 4-1, and then 4-1.
Okay, what formation are you going with?
I've gone for that 4-3-3, but it's with 2 defensive midfielders.
I've gone with 4-3-3 as well. Cool. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So now we're on to centre backs, guys. Are we?
I think so the right back was Walker.
Yeah,
it's 2 to 1.
Walker's the right back.
So the left back. Let's go to left back.
Alright, left back. We're gonna go. I've gone for Chilwell.
I've gone for Chilwell.
I've gone for Chilwell.
There's no other left backs.
So there we go. So we have Ramsdale, Chilwell, and Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
So our 2 centre backs. This is where I seriously think we're going to disagree with Mr. Southgate.
100%.
I've gone for Lewis Dunk and Lewis Colwell. Are they both Lewis?
No, it's Levi.
Yeah, Levi, yeah. So I've gone for Dunk and Colwell.
Cool. I've gone for Tomori and Colwell.
I nearly chose Tomori, but I've gone for Dunk and Maguire.
Do you want us to win the game? You've got for Pickford, Dunk, big up Dunk.
Yeah,
you've got for Pickford and Maguire, bro.
Now let's hear his Maguire reason.
Let me tell you,
Mr. Southgate.
You got some explaining to do,
I've
bro.
got a lot of explaining to do.
Like even, you know what? I'm gonna let him explain. But Maguire in the England shirt is fine.
But I'm not.
He's not fine. He's not bad in the English shirt. A little bit like my Pickford choice. He hasn't really done bad for England. And why change something that's doing well for you?
He's played a few minutes in the Premier League this season. My team then conceded 2 goals.
That was my question. What do you get picked for the England squad? How do you get picked for the England squad?
I guess Southgate is doing it based on reputation and players that he knows. It's not necessarily their form. And it's if he was doing it on form in the time that he's been around, Maguire never would have got in the team because his form has been poor.
If you as the manager, based on the team you've selected, would Maguire be getting called up based on his performance for club?
No.
But he's just made your team though.
Yeah, because what it is.
So you're kind of Southgate's team.
No. So what it is Southgate sees his attributes and believes he can pull something out of him.
Fair play. Okay, cool. So you went for Maguire and who?
And Dunk.
Dunk. Okay.
You gone for Dunk and Tomori.
No, I went for Colwell and Tomori.
Oh, sorry, Colwell and Tomori, and I've gone for Dunk and Colwell. So Dunk definitely
Dunk
gets
makes the
in.
team. Yeah.
So it's
And I
between
think
Colwell,
It's Dunk and
Tomori.
Colwell.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Alright,
because
cool.
Colwell's the only other name that came up twice.
Alright, cool. So we have Ramsdale, Walker, Chilwell, Dunk,
And Colwell.
and Colwell. Now this is where it gets a bit tricky, because I've gone for one holding player, and you've gone for 3 midfielders.
Yeah, so I guess
We'll just go 4-3-3 then, because I can just drop my 2 or just push my centre mid up. So we'll just say 4-3-3 as well.
Okay, let's go for
So
that.
my 3 centre mids, it's not going to make sense in a way, because I've now pushed them back. But I've gone for Rice, Maddison and Bellingham. Now I can make that work then, Tree. Rice, Maddison and Bellingham are my centre mids for England.
And me, I roger that. I've chose the same 3 players.
Swear down.
My centre forward. Yeah.
Well done.
Great minds think alike, eh?
Hey,
Yeah, and I've picked the same 3.
I don't
Oh.
know. Can you guys see my paper?
Guys, that's a hat trick.
Hey,
that's a hat trick.
I wasn't expecting
Hat
that.
trick.
Can you just verify?
Rice, Bellingham, Madison.
Well done. Yeah, no.
Just
His
so you know
left
your
hand,
team.
my left hand as well. So it's a bit tricky. Rice, Maddison, Bellingham.
Hat trick, guys. You
Well
get what I'm
done.
saying?
All right, so that was easy.
Let's see if Southgate picks that.
Let's see. Front line, 3 up top. Markswell,
You can't miss out Saka.
snap.
Although I'd like him to get a rest, but he's going to start.
Yeah, I've got
Rashford
Saka.
on the left. I would love to see them 2 at club level playing in the same team. Rashford has just got that extra little bit of X factor, man. It's mad. Kane up front.
Elite.
Very close. I've gone for Saka, Kane, and I've chose Eze. I know Rashford would probably be more obvious. I just think Eze, I like what I've seen of him, man. I would like him to get a little run.
No Kane?
No,
You said Kane?
I said Saka, Kane, and Eze.
Oh, okay, sorry, my
So,
bad.
but big Rashford up. I know you mentioned earlier he has been in form, even though I haven't really noticed it as much, and I should have because he's banged in goals. But big up Rashford. But yeah, I want to go with Eze.
Yeah, for the W, I'm going to go for, well, if I was trying to get the W, I'm going to go for Saka, Kane and Rashford as well. But I do like that Eze shot, and I feel like I've overlooked Eze then, but who would I replace him with? For the friendly, I think I'd play Eze ahead of Saka, but we're going for one team for both games, so I'm going to go for Saka. But I say that because I want Saka to have a rest, like you. But Saka, Rashford, 2 lightning players on either wing that can defend when they need to defend and also assist plenty on many occasions. And Harry Kane, leading goal scorer for England. Who else do you want leading the line?
I'd like them to switch it up at half time and let Nketiah, for example, get a run out up front. Let Eze get his minutes, you know. And
Half time of which match? The qualifier?
The friendly.
The friendly.
Yeah.
Because the qualifier, you got to get those 3 points.
you have to. And if we're talking about that, that means we're going for Saka, Kane, and Rashford as our final 3.
I think interesting, strong lineups. Now, guys, quickly before we wrap this up, I want to know what's your prediction
For both games.
What's your prediction for both games, and what players, if you had to start the same team twice for both games, would be the scorers of them results?
Oh, that's tricky. I mean, I feel like the Ukraine game is going to be a tight win, maybe 1-0, 2-0.
2 scores.
I'm going to go for 2-0. I'm going to say Kane gets both goals.
Cool. Maestro?
I don't think England will keep a clean sheet and go 3-1 England, Harry Kane, Saka. I'd like to see Rice get a goal, but Harry Kane and Saka, they usually hit the target for England and hopefully score. I like the back line, but Arsenal ain't keeping clean sheet, so Ramsdale, 3-1.
3-1, cool. I'm going to go 3-0 England, Harry Kane 2, and the guy Eze that I put my hope in, I think he's going to come through. Well, he would come through if Southgate picked him and get the 1.
Against Scotland, I think that's going to be more of an open game. No disrespect to Scotland, but you know, I've seen these Scottish teams perform in Europe in the past week or 2,
Not great.
and the results have been totally different. Like they've been negative for Scotland, for those Scottish teams, 4-1, 3-1s, 5-1s. I can see England smashing Scotland 5-1. You know, if Kane's let off the leash, hat-trick, Rashford might will get a goal, but they may change up the lineup like you're saying, but I still think England will score a number of goals against Scotland. Even though, is Darren Fletcher still? No, not Darren Fletcher, but my man from Man Utd.
Imagine.
Not Fletcher, sorry. My man, McTominay. If anyone's getting a goal for Scotland, it's him.
Yeah.
He scored a couple against Spain the other day, you know?
Yeah.
And Rodri was upset.
He was complaining about
he was.
his tactics.
Yeah, so 5-1 England.
My first prediction, by the way, sorry, because I didn't mention it, was for Ukraine. And if we're going for Scotland, I would say I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0 England. I think Bellingham. No, 3-0 England. Bellingham, Maddison, Kane.
Bellingham, Maddison, Kane. The Scotland game, a little bit that maestro. I can see England running away with this one. I can see like a 4-0 victory, possibly 4-1. They might concede a dodgy goal. I could see Nketiah getting a goal in this one, and I could see Bellingham getting on the score sheet. So yeah, I'm going for 4-1 England on that one.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, we look forward to the games coming up. As we said earlier, there's no Premier League action this week or for another week. So just enjoy the international fixtures. Hopefully, you know, the viewers and subscribers might choose their own teams at home, and we'll see if they relate to ours, if there's any similarities. But thank you very much for tuning in.
Signing out. Onside Offside podcast.